Madison, the fourth president.
Would you believe the United States had a president who was only 5'4" and weighed only 100 pounds, whose favorite meal included things like Virginia ham and buttery rolls? I'm talking about James Madison, who was born on March 16th of 1751. As the oldest of 12 children, he and his family lived on a tobacco farm in Orange County, Virginia, called Montpelier. When it was time for Madison to go to college, most prominent people were attending the College of William and Mary. Madison, however, due to some health issues, chose to attend the College of New Jersey, which we today know as Princeton University. After graduating, he joins the Virginia militia, but he decides later that he's better with words than he is with weapons. In 1776, he attends the Virginia Convention, representing Orange County, and this is where he meets his lifelong bestie, Thomas Jefferson. In 1780, he attends the Continental Congress as one of Virginia's delegates. 1787, Madison drafts the Virginia Plan, which pushes for a three-branch government with a system of checks and balances. Also in 1787, Madison is known as the father of Constitution. They give him this nickname because of his meticulous note-taking. It's believed that if we didn't have those notes, we wouldn't have the Constitution in the form we have it today. He, being humble, says it was a group effort. In 1788, he, along with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, write the Federalist Papers, encouraging ratification of the Constitution. Also, concerned over ratification, Madison drafts the Bill of Rights because he knows that people are worried about individual rights. In 1789, he wins a seat in the House of Representatives, which he ultimately helps to create. Around 1791, he and his bestie, Thomas Jefferson, break free from the Federalist Party and create their own party, the Democratic Republicans. Jefferson is elected president, and Madison becomes his Secretary of State. During his time as Secretary of State, he ruffles some feathers. He passes an embargo act in 1807 that negatively impacts trade and the economy. That doesn't stop him from being elected president in 1808. In June of 1812, under a lot of pressure from the war hawks, the United States enters the War of 1812 with Britain. This will be nicknamed Mr. Madison's War. It is during this, British troops come in and they burn the White House, they burn the Capitol building, and with Dolly Madison's quick thinking, the United States is able to save some really, really important pieces of artwork from the White House. After leaving office, James and Dolly return to Montpelier, which isn't very fruitful because there's lots of things holding them back, lots of debt from Dolly's son. He has some gambling issues, and they're trying to get those paid off. He also helps to establish and create the University of Virginia alongside Thomas Jefferson, and he takes over leadership when Jefferson dies. Later in life, Madison does start to rethink the institution of slavery. He helps co-found the American Colonization Society, which would help freed slaves relocate back to Africa. And he also struggled with wanting to free his own slaves. He later decides to leave them in the will to Dolly with the stipulation that they could not be sold without their permission. And on June 28, 1836, Madison dies peacefully over his breakfast. He's buried at Montpelier, and at the time when he died, he was the last person alive who had signed the U.S. Constitution. I know I went well beyond my 3-minute mark, but as JMU alumni, it was really hard not to. Go Dukes!